Next, I'd like to do an interesting demonstration with thin film interference. Here I have a laser beam coming down and reflecting from the top of this inverted beaker and then reflecting over onto the screen. We can't see that very well right now, but I'll turn the lights down in a few minutes and you'll see that. And so what I want to do is I want to put a thin film on here and let the light reflect from that thin film, and we'll see an interference pattern show up on the screen over there. Now what I have here is some liquid that vaporizes very rapidly, and so we're going to see that thin film quite quickly become even thinner. And we'll let that spread around there, and now we're going to see the light reflecting from that film of alcohol. And what I'd like to do is to actually change the thickness of that film by lighting it on fire. So as that alcohol burns, the thickness will change, and the pattern that we see as the laser beam reflects from that thin film onto the screen, we'll see that pattern on the screen change. To have that show up, I'd like to turn the lights down for better contrast, but I'll light this first, and then we'll watch that thin film change thickness as the alcohol burns. So strictly speaking, there's more to this experiment with the laser beam reflecting from the alcohol than just strictly thin film interference. But there are thin film interference aspects of that experiment, and it does illustrate that there's an interference pattern from the laser beam as it reflects onto the screen, and we see that interference pattern changes as we change the thickness of the film.